it's a big deal. You know, our water is not super clean. We don't report well here. Yeah, there's a creek that runs right out into the south end of our beach, and it always tests pretty bad. It's definitely a concern.
71% of water samples taken from Lindemar Beach in Pacifica tested positive for elevated levels of fecal bacteria. Exposure to the bacteria could cause illnesses, infections, and flu-like symptoms.
So when it goes off the charts, I usually will just say I recommend you probably go find another spot.
Lindemar Beach, located in Pacifica, California, is known for its beautiful views, seaside Taco Bell, and pristine waves. The waters contain E. coli and fecal coliform bacteria, which can cause illness, gastronomical issues, kidney failure, infections, and rashes.
My name is Jeremiah Gallion. I'm owner of Sunlight Surf Shop. My wife and I own the shop here. We have kind of a responsibility here at the shop to inform them when they come through, especially after a rain when it washes more pollutants out. It's part of our job to try to do that. You know, we do a surf report on Instagram every morning, and through that, I will often repost the water quality report just to try to keep as many people informed as possible. You know, I think anybody with a compromised immune system should consider whether it's worth it or not. As a surfer, it's almost always worth it for me, but that doesn't mean it's right for everybody. So have we lost business because of it? Yeah, probably, you know. It seems like pollution's almost impossible to get away from no matter where you're at nowadays. And I know as a surfer, and obviously I know lots and lots and lots of surfers, it doesn't keep any of us out of the water. I think if you asked any of them, we all wish it was cleaner. You know, what's the answer to that? How do we do that? Don't know.
Everyone knows of the problem, all local businesses, a lot of surfers, but it's something where we have a lot of people coming outside of even the county itself. So I think who owns the problem, I think is just people. But as far as probably who has to help action it more, it's probably going to be the city of Pacifica. As well as San Mateo County, just because it's kind of their jurisdiction. My name is Mitchell Hammond Milligan. I work in tech, but volunteer for Surf Fighter. I moved here in June of 2019, I believe, but I'm born and raised in the Bay, so grew up surfing here, just hang out in the water. We test specifically for Enterococcus and E. coli. That can cause a lot of illnesses. Really what happens is the risk of when you become in contact with those increases as the higher those numbers are, especially if it's human versus sometimes if it may be some other mammal, you might not have as high as a risk to get sick, but it's still, you're exposed to it. It's pretty common for people to report getting sick there. I've had friends get like MRSA. So it really just depends on the day, what you're exposed to, but there's just higher risk. Well, you have a lot of people that come down and then they don't even get in the water, but they'll play by the creek, so kids can get sick, and it'll take a couple days, so they might not even be aware that they were just exposed just simply by playing in the clear creek water, when in reality it's just heavily full of bacteria.
My name's Andrea, and I'm a nurse at UCSF. I surf here like Chiro to Tantalik, honestly, and it's the cold water, people, the exercise, and I just love the ocean. I have gotten sick from the water probably, so nursing perspective, we just kind of build up immunities, you know. It would be nice if we had a better way to take care of the water though, for sure.
So solutions on what we're doing to try to fix the problem right now is gather data, because you can't solve a problem until you understand it. So it's really focused on monitoring and DNA testing to kind of gather those results throughout the year and see what is impacting it the most at what time. Once we have that, it's really going to the city and the community to see what can we do to solve this. If For solutions on every day of what we can do to help contribute to not pollute the creek as much, it really just comes down to just being aware of what all the drain systems flow to. A lot of it can be simply just picking up after your dog. If it rains, that can kind of go in the creek, and when we do our testing, we're testing for like a fecal bacteria, so it doesn't necessarily tell you what it is, but it's anything like that where you're just more aware of where your pollutants and stuff are going.
At Lindemar Beach, efforts to improve water quality are still in the early stages, with data currently being collected to better understand where pollution comes from and how it spreads. While long-term solutions are still being planned, nearby Chicken Ranch Beach offers an example of what's possible. After completing a multi-year restoration project focusing on managing stormwater runoff and filtering pollutants before they reach the ocean, water quality there has improved. Looking at Chicken Ranch shows how careful planning and follow-through can lead to real change.